After listening to your podcast, I felt truly inspired.
I binged all your content.
All episode one.
So funny. Okay, welcome back to another podcast episode of Gym Bag Confessions. So excited, episode 2. My name is AnnMarie, and I am here with my amazing co-host.
I'm Rochelle.
Oh my god. So we're so excited about this episode. I love how, sorry, I didn't really give you any segue or warm-up that we were starting the episode. I was just like,
I had no clue. I was like, oh, the
That's
record button's on. I'm like, oh shit, she's going. How long's that been on?
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, we're going to talk about today our challenge that we're doing, which I'm so excited, and some planning. So how we get our food, our workouts, all the things done with everything that we have going on, and how we're dealing with some of the cravings that we're having coming up. So as decided. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll check in. How has your challenge been going? Okay, wait, actually, I feel like we really just probably need to go over what our challenge was, because last week I feel like a little bit elusive because we didn't even know what we were doing yet. Alas.
We weren't elusive, we were mysterious.
Yes. I love it. So much better. Yeah, basically, we've been focusing on a habit-based formation fitness challenge where we were at different points in our fitness journeys. I started losing a little bit of weight at the beginning of the year. Rochelle wanted to start as well, but I am almost near my goal weight, whereas Rochelle has just started. So we're like, we can't do pounds because that's just not going to work out. So then we started focusing on the habits. What are the habits that we actually need to be losing weight and the things that are going to help us move forward? So we started with our main habits. We have 3 habits that we're tracking right now. We have our number 1 habit. That one's double points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Double points.
if you complete your habit every day, you get double points. For example, let's say, I think most of us are doing tracking our macros. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're within a specific macro calorie count for the day, you've achieved your goal. If you're over or under, you haven't achieved your goal as well. So I think for all of us, that's our main goal. We also have some other options that we've been tracking. So we have 2 other goals, which are like steps or sleeping or water or just something like that to help us stay on track. So it's been really good. And there's been days where last week it was so funny because I was like, I need to stay within this calorie range. I'm so hungry, but I was like, no, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I think that's basically most things. We created the form that we're filling out each day so that we're tracking all of our points accurately. And the winner gets a pair of tights or some type of athleisure from second place. And then our other friend is also joined, Christy. So third place has to buy second place something. So if you're a winner, you don't have to buy anybody anything. So this was just our way to keep each other on track, accountable. And it's been really good so far. Yeah. How was your first week?
The first week was great. So my 3 are macros, with my focus being on making sure my protein was the priority in the macros. And my second one was steps. And I did a week goal rather than like daily steps because my schedule's all over the place. And it would just be setting myself up for failure and stressing about it if I didn't hit it. So that worked out really well. So I started out, and it's a challenge for me where maybe it's not a challenge for others. That's okay. I'm starting where I'm at. And so my challenge was 70,000 steps, as if I had walked 10,000 every day. And so it was 70,000. And I was like, I came in at 78,000. So I was really happy about that. And then it was to do 80 minutes of cardio again for the week. So I could split it up however I wanted, 5 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 20 minutes there. It didn't matter so long as I got 80 minutes for the week. And I think I wound up being like 120. I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. How's this? Oh, so I met everything like one night. Oh my God. It was terrible. I was so under my calories. I hadn't been able to eat I had breakfast and then I wasn't able to eat all day. And then I had dinner and I'm like inputting the calories and I'm like, I have 900 calories to go.
That is like a fucking dream for me.
No, it was terrible. I had to make a second dinner. a protein shake with collagen in it, and I had to get so I could get like extra. It was like 40 grams of protein and all collagen tasting, and then yogurt, and then I got fruit, and I was just like I was like so much pain. I
Never
stayed
have
up
I
an
ever,
extra 2 hours to like eat it. I was like,
never have I ever heard of somebody being in a calorie deficit and struggling to eat their calories. I'm like the end of the day and I'm like, ugh, like I wish I had more food.
I don't know what was I don't know what was going on because usually I'm like I can eat, and sometimes I'll be hungry, but it feels like my body, because I've done keto off and on for years. I've done intermittent fasting on off and on for years. Like my body's like, oh, we know what this is all about. We got this. Probably to my detriment, for sure. But it's okay, we're not eating, and it just goes into rest mode or something. I don't know. Because I don't get hungry. Like I have like even every day, and I have low calories. It's like almost 1,600 calories. And it's every day I'm having to force myself to eat.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's stupid. But anyway, but I dropped a pound and a half.
Oh, that's amazing.
And yeah, and I think so far this week I'm down another half a pound. I went from zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.2 to start the week. And now I'm at, so I was at 164.6 at the end of last week. Then I started, so I lost another little bit, 164.2. And this morning I was 163.6. So about a pound, 2.5 pounds I've lost total.
And
A week and a half.
oh my God. Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah. But I'm like super tired. I was at the gym this morning. I texted you. I joined my sumo squats, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. I'm feeling lightheaded. I was feeling so weak. Like I was like at my warm up weight, and my warm up weight felt like my max rep weights. And I was
Oh,
like, okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like where I am in my cycle. I don't know. I'm sure it's because I haven't slept well because I was on night shift for a couple of days. And then it's transitioning back to day shift. That's a shit show. And then not, I don't know, I'm like, do I need more water? Do I need more carbs? Do I need more food in general? Do I need to eat more throughout the day? There's so many variables.
it's crazy.
I'm like, or I could just be tired.
Honestly, yeah, I get it. I actually felt like the other day the place that I was at in my cycle was very much, it's weird. Before I get my period is probably when I'm the weakest for 2 weeks and I'm like everything feels
Ah.
impossible. And yeah, I just have not wanted to go like at all this week. And even starting the week, because I think we're checking in each week, right? On like if the goal is working for us, if the
Mhm.
goal is not working for us, what do we need to change?
Yeah,
Like for
absolutely.
example, I'm going to Mexico on Monday. I'm not going to be tracking my calories. I'm not going to be doing
Fail
all
on your main goal. Fail. I'm winning. Those leggings are mine.
that. No,
Just set
mine
your
is
goal. Set your goal. 2,500 calories and just check it. Check
literally,
it
I
off.
know. I know. Yeah.
That's gonna
So
be
I'm gonna go
winning.
enjoy myself, but I'm like, okay, actually probably my priority will be my step goals when I'm there because here I walk so much, but I don't know if I'm gonna be walking as much when I'm on holiday, which is usually for other people the other way around. But yeah, so yeah, we've been checking in each week to see what needs to change because I also feel like we can't just be fucking robots just achieving the exact same thing every day. For me, I had to increase my calories because last week I was so fucking hungry. I think from last week I've probably lost, I think I lost like another pound and a half, I think, or a pound for sure. I haven't weighed myself this week. I'll wait until the weekend. But yeah, I was so hungry. I set my calories a little bit lower because I wanted to be more aggressive with my cut because I was like, I'm feeling really competitive right now. Let's get ahead. And then I was like lying on the couch in the middle of the week. I was like, I'm so hungry.
Help me.
Literally, but I was like, I'm committing to it. I said I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna follow through on it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I was good with my main goal all week, but I also was over calories one day because I was at work and I was just so hungry and I didn't plan it very well at all. It was like a wrap that I had to sit down and eat and put together, but that just doesn't work in hospitality. Like I need something that I can grab on the go. So I was just eating some of the pasta that was at
The
work.
pasta.
Yeah, it was so good. What do you say?
Nice.
Pasta.
I'm so American. Pasta.
Pasta.
I didn't realize Canadians said pasta. I thought that was just England.
No, what do you say?
Pasta.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Pasta.
Pasta. I started saying garage because that's what they say in England. And my kids are like, what the hell? I'm like, aluminium. That's my favorite.
No. Aluminum garage.
No. Aluminium for the
That's
English
what you say?
people.
Oh,
The English do. No, Americans say aluminum, but I like
no.
aluminium. That makes it sound so exotic. I was gonna say erotic. That too.
That too.
Aluminium. Ooh, baby.
Bring that
Bring
aluminum.
out the aluminium out. Let's go in the garage. Have pasta and aluminium. I don't know what we're gonna do with the aluminium. We'll wrap ourselves in it.
Keep yourself warm because you're in the garage. Duh.
Anyway, back to you.
I don't really know what I was talking about anyways, but yeah, our challenge has been going good.
You were eating at work. Pasta.
Oh yeah,
You
I
were
was
eating
eating a lot of
pasta at work.
Yeah, so then I inputted my calories after work and I was like, oh yeah, shit, that was way over my bad.
Whoops.
Yeah. And then yesterday I intentionally went over my calories because I was just craving ice cream. Like literally worst idea of my life because I've been eating so clean now. Me and Christy last week even got together because I was like, I'm craving something sweet. We got to make some muffins or something healthy so it's in our macros. Because at first I was like, oh, I just can't have those things. And I was restricting myself from them. And I'm like, no, there's so many things that you can do. Like just looked up on Pinterest, like ideas for high protein, like sweets. There's so many things. It's crazy. We made cottage cheese brownies. There's 4 ingredients. It's like cottage cheese, eggs, baking powder, and cocoa.
Ah.
You just blend it up and put it in a pan and it's perfect. It's
Nice.
So we made that. She didn't have a blender, so that was funny. I assumed she did. And then I got to her house. I'm like, you have a blender, right? And she's like, oh, we just ordered a new one. The other one's broken. And so we were gonna send you a video of us squishing cottage cheese in the bowl with a fork.
Oh my God. This is working great. I bet your muffins will turn out even fluffier next time if you blend them.
Oh my God, it was funny. So yeah, that helped a lot this week. But yesterday I was just because I've been cutting for so long now. I feel like it's been almost 8 weeks. Yeah, it's been almost 8 weeks. And I'm like, I'm just like ready to eat food because I'm sick of feeling a little bit hungry
Yeah.
all the fucking time. And I was like, I just want to have some ice cream. I'm gonna treat myself. We got fucking ice cream, had ice cream at 8 o'clock. Worst fucking idea ever. Because I had the worst sleep of my life. And then Jay left really early for work this morning, and then I texted him. I'm like, never again are we having ice cream like that. He's like, yeah, you're not used to it. He's like, I can do it all the time. And I'm like, I know.
That sounds
So like just could not. I couldn't fall asleep properly. I'm like, yeah, it's probably all that sugar that was like
yeah. Bouncing around. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And like those moments when you like eat something that you haven't eaten in a while or drink something that you haven't drank in a while and you go, oh God. Either it's immediate, like this doesn't even taste good, or I feel like shit immediately, or you wake up going, oh God, I wish I hadn't done that. Because I like it because it's like immediate feedback, like your body's on board, right? Your body's on board with everything. And now you just got to remind yourself, oh, like it's a great reminder of actually my body is happier without it. Because for years we think, oh, these fucking brownies are everything I want and they bring you so much joy. But now like you have them and they don't bring you that same joy. And it's like a great reminder when you're presented with the idea again of having ice cream at night, you go, no, actually last time I really just didn't feel good. And it's not about restricting or taking it away from yourself. It's about like my body is growing and it my natural real priority is feeling good and nourishing myself. And I realized that's not doing that for me. I feel
Totally.
like that's a great win. That's a huge
Yeah.
win, especially for, I know you struggle with like binge eating or like sweets and stuff, like you said, like even like the last episode, like that's been something that you've worked on for a couple of years. So I feel like that's like a good sign that that's a win. You're doing really good.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was crazy too, because I'm like, sugar in that sense, like I didn't, because I started having a little bit more sugar the last little while because I've had more calories to work with, but I'm like, it just makes me feel so tired. And then especially after yesterday, and then I woke up this morning, I was like, I feel like shit. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
like refined sugar is literally the equivalent for me to like alcohol, because that's why I stopped drinking, because I'm like, I just can't handle the hangover. And like
Yeah.
refined sugar, I think people do not realize like how bad it actually is for you and how addictive it is. And I was like, it's so addicting and it tastes so fucking good. But you don't realize when you how good you feel by not having it in your system for a long time. You just think it's like normal.
Mhm.
So it's just like, yeah, get like
You're numb
for
to
me,
it. And now you can hear what your body's saying because you
totally.
take it out.
Yeah, like getting so like creative on what you can make. There's just so many ways that you can make healthy like treats for yourself. And we did not nail our first batch of baking.
Did you
Like
squish cottage cheese?
there was, yeah, and there was like the muffins that we made, they were a little bit dry, and I was like, oh, my friend at work, she was like, oh, you should have put, instead of monk fruit sweetener, that's what we use. She's like, you should have put in applesauce. I was like, oh, because they would have made them a little bit more moist. I'm like, but instead of having any other sugar, I was like,
Mhm.
so next time I'm excited for that. Gonna make muffins again. But yeah, what have you been eating this week?
I have ground beef and rice, or ground beef and air fried potatoes. I have chicken and rice. My favorite treat, like I usually get my treat in my protein shakes because it's like marshmallow milk.
Oh, what?
And then or like I have protein powder that's like apple pie flavor.
Marshmallow milk?
Yeah, so
Stop.
it's
Yeah, you fucking
it's so
American have
good.
everything good.
You can get it online in Canada. All the good stuff just stops at the border.
Yeah, it does. Look, it's about to, okay?
No, it's so good. It's from Axe and Sledge. Hey, no, sorry.
What just happened? What?
I had a thought in my brain, but I reacted to it out loud. I'm the only one that got it. No, it's from Axe and Sledge. I love it. It's like marshmallow milk, and then they have an apple pie one. And I do the apple pie in my protein pancakes, where it's like a scoop of the protein powder and a scoop of gluten-free pancake mix. I get whatever the ratios are, and then water. So good. And then I put some peanut butter and sugar-free maple syrup on it. Sometimes I'll go crazy and put some banana slices on it. Or I'll put my oatmeal. I'll do a scoop of the apple pie with a scoop of peanut butter, the powdered. Stir that
What?
shit up. Oh, it's so good. So those are like my treats because I love them. They're so sweet. I'll do cheesecake, the Jello sugar-free cheesecake mix and pudding. Not pudding, excuse me, yogurt, and it tastes like pudding. It's so good.
Wait, you put in what?
Sorry. Words are beating me today. So I take yogurt, like the Oikos 000 yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
blueberry, cherry, lemon, and then I get like Jello sugar-free cheesecake pudding mix. And then I just
Right.
sprinkle some in there and stir the shit out of it, and it thickens it up. And it
Oh,
tastes like lemon cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake, cherry cheesecake, and it takes 2 fucking seconds.
whoa. Oh my God, I'm gonna try that.
So good. And then I get chocolate rice cakes. Sometimes I'll put peanut butter on it, maybe peanut butter and honey for a treat, or peanut butter, honey, and coconut shavings on it.
Oh,
But
that's good.
usually I just chocolate rice cake of all. So good.
I've been having, okay, so I think I showed you the brand that I've been trying of their protein pancakes, and they're so good. They're so fluffy, and there's so much like protein, and they're like healthy. They're like monk fruit sweetened instead of like
Mm.
sugar, and they have 7 grams of fiber, like with flax seeds and stuff. So they're so good. but I find I get so fucking hungry after them. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat them all the time because it's like by the time I eat them and then I go to work, I'm like dying for my next meal. I'm like, give me.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't satiate me too much, but it's like a nice treat to have. So that's been really good. But I would agree with you. If you have like sweet things throughout your day, it's like a great way to like something to look forward to. And then I was talking to the
Mhm.
girl at the gym and she was like, oh yeah, I gotta get into like a diet. And she's, we're gonna cut out all carbs. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, like I'm actually looking for ways to incorporate the sweet things. I still want to have ice cream. So how do I have it in a way that's, I'm like, do I need to buy a Ninja Creamy? Like
Yeah, everybody at work is like
raving
they
about them.
raving about it. I'm like, but you do realize you eat shit the rest of the day. But I don't say that because that's super judgy and not my business. And I was like, somebody buy me the $300 Craving.
That's super judgy.
That's super bitchy. My bad. Love you. We got to start somewhere, damn it. People could look at
Oh,
my stuff and be like, what the fuck is she eating? Wow, really? Yeah, you'd be right.
it's true.
But that
Yeah,
would be great because I've heard people just add protein shake. Boom. Fucking ice
literally. I know. I want to get
was
it.
flying.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm like,
Especially
you
you
gotta have
love ice
creative.
cream.
I fucking throw down. When I told Soul today, Soul's our therapist that we share. When I told Soul today, I was like,
No, we don't go together.
we should share her.
Couples therapy. Although we have talked about it.
I did tell her this week, I was like, me and Rochelle are gonna come and see you once a week from now on. She's okay.
Yeah, she's
I don't
like,
know if
oh
she was
my
excited
God,
or terrified.
I'm gonna need drugs after that meeting.
Anyways, so I was telling her, I was like, I told her about this ice cream episode last night. She's like, I'm sorry, you haven't had ice cream in a month or 2 months? I was like, I know. I was like, I had like a couple like spoonfuls, like if Jay has it or something. I was like, but basically, no, I haven't had any ice cream. She's like, oh, I would die.
I would die.
I would die. It was funny.
That's
But
funny.
yeah. Okay, Slay. What else has been happening?
As far as what? It's such an open-ended question. I got a promotion at work. It's very exciting.
That is snaps for Rochelle.
Snaps.
No, what we were talking about food.
Oh, I've been craving tomatoes
Really?
because I can't have them. I can't have any tomato-based products.
Oh no.
Okay, so I was watching. So I was watching this video from the lady that I was following about like I did the intolerance test, and I was like, I got my results back, and my red
Things you
intolerances
could
were
eat.
eggs and all tomato products, all wheat products, apples, super weird, celery, and then a whole bunch of different alcohols. I was like, okay, I don't care about the alcohols. I was most butthurt about the tomatoes. Oh, and garlic. Fucking hell. No
Oh
fucking
god.
garlic. So I'm like, okay, so no flavor and no joy with my tomatoes and garlic because those are my favorites.
Those
And the
flavors.
eggs I was actually upset about because that would be like my go-to. I would eat that a lot. But actually, as time has gone by, I'm fine with not having the
Yeah.
eggs. Like it's a bummer because it's like when in like baked products, like even if I was like, I want gluten-free bread, can't have it, it's got eggs in it.
Oh,
Or there's some dairy products that have eggs in it. I'm like, oh fuck. But like actually like having scrambled eggs or fried eggs right now, I'm okay with that, which is good. But my body, my taste buds want garlic back. But my body's like, just give me a tomato. Today I was like, I just want a tomato. I just want to put salsa. I just want to put salsa with my Mexican bowl here because it's meat, cheese, and rice. It's so Mexican-y.
oh, that is so Mexican.
But
Okay.
I was watching a video and it was like you were actually supposed to remove the red and the orange foods and only eat the green ones. My orange intolerances or yellow, whatever color it is, my second tier of intolerances was all dairy. And I was like, no, I'm only doing red. I don't care. I'll cut back on the cheese, but I am not eliminating it. You ask too much of me.
I eat dairy like for 2 meals a day at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I have cheese. Anytime I'm having meat with rice or meat with potatoes, there's definitely going to be cheese involved.
So what's the purpose of like eating or avoiding these foods that make
Because
sensitivity?
it's
Do you notice
supposed
anything?
to like all the inflammation. It's supposed to help
Oh,
with regulating your hormones, inflammation in your body. It's supposed to help you lose weight because it's like your body's not attacking
holding
itself
on.
or
Yeah.
whatever. I didn't really pay attention to the science too much. I've heard a lot of it, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And energy, like all the like your body could be sluggish, energy, brain fog, bad sleep. It can affect you in so many ways. And so I was like, okay, if I don't lose weight, that's okay. But from loss of inflammation, that was fine. It was more like, am I going to see any other benefits? And that would be great.
Have you noticed any?
I feel a little clearer insides, like not like digestive wise, but just I don't know how to explain it. Lighter, clearer inside. Like
Mhm.
I feel some differences. I wouldn't say like, wow, my life changed kind of differences. A couple of days ago, I like woke up and I was getting ready to go to work. It was like 5 a.m. and I was like bouncing around, happy, dee I'm like, who the even Dylan was like, what's happened to you? You're never like this in the morning. Usually in the morning, I'm like, fuck everybody. But I was just like, 30 minutes into work, it was gone. But so I think it's helping with energy, although I've been really tired this week, so I don't know. So I just want a fucking tomato.
Oh, damn, girl.
So
Maybe
I
have
was
a
looking,
tomato, curb that craving.
oh, you just want to win.
A tomato.
Yeah. You just want to have some more ice cream, AnnMarie. Have some more. Have a brownie. Don't track your macros on your trip. It's fine. It's just a week. It's just 20 days. Who cares?
It's just 20 days. You'll be
I'm going to be
fine.
sending you some ideas of what to buy me.
I've been doing this cut for so long already. I'm like, okay, I need to find ways of, like we said, to keep ourselves motivated. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm starting to feel like I need a diet break
Mm-hmm.
because I'm starting to get like just over it because it's
Mm-hmm.
been 8 weeks. So I'm like, I think it'll be perfect to go to
Totally.
Mexico, have a bit of a diet break, and then come back and just get back on my macros and lose like a little bit more weight. I put on my fucking bikinis today. I'm so excited because I put them on the other day, like just quick to make sure they fit. First of all, massive shout out to Zoffle. Have you ever shopped at Zoffle
Oh,
online?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, it's gonna change your fucking life. Like their bikinis. I bought 5 bikinis and this little shirt, and it was all 117 Canadian. And I was
Which is
like
like
free
50 American.
pretty much. It's probably like $20 American. And
I got it for
pretty
free.
much free. But like they all fit perfectly. The sizing is amazing. The fit is perfect. They're just fucking awesome. They're my favorite bikinis.
I'm going to need pictures.
No, I know. I'm gonna send them to you. But I tried them back on today and I was like, oh my God, like my body has changed so much. I'm starting to feel like I actually look like a gym girly because I'm like, okay, my glutes are starting to come in better. Like my body's just, my muscles are becoming more defined. I'm looking toner. I'm looking leaner. I'm like, oh my God, I think I'll probably like because I wanted to be like on my vision board. I was like, okay, this year I want to be around like 135. And I was like, maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'll just like fluctuate between 132 and like 130 or 140. And now I'm like, I think I could get even leaner because it's so crazy. I'm like, I feel like I've lost weight, but then I also feel like I haven't lost any weight.
Mm.
And my body looked different. So I'm excited. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go past. I think I'm gonna try and get to 130 by the time we finish this challenge.
Mm.
Um, and then I'll just like bulk between 130 and 138. So
Yeah.
yeah, anyways, but I was talking to Christy when I was at her house and she was like, I don't even care if I win. She was like, I all I give a shit about is that I'm losing weight. I was like, that's why we're doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
like
it's really like,
anyway, it doesn't matter.
yeah, it's really like the win is you're building those habits that are going to serve you. Like that's
Yeah.
really what we want. We're not trying to. It would be so terrible. I think it would be terrible to be like, who lost the most pounds? Like, okay, here comes anorexia, or you're like, you lose 2 pounds in a week. I've gained a pound. I'd be like, it's over. Talk about demotivating and demoralizing. Or here, let's get an eating disorder. Let's adopt one of those. So I like how it's more like process focused, habit focused. What is actually going to serve us and support us? And we have that space for experimenting.
Mhm.
Like you and Christy both, didn't Christy raise her macros too? Because it was like, this isn't serving me. And this week I'm like, I got to change something with my food. I am too tired in my workouts. And I know
Well,
that is
that's
actually
what happened
part
to
of a
me.
cut.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
part of a cut. That's
Yeah.
why they say you can't go too long and on them. Or actually, I've been reading quite a bit about this last week where I saw this one lady, she was like, for your hormones, and I know your hormones are wackadoodle too, for your hormones to keep them from going wackadoodle. Her theory was you do those mini cuts. You cut for 6 weeks, then you have 2 weeks of maintenance. So you could restore and replenish. And then you, if you need to keep cutting, you do 6 weeks and then you do 2 weeks of maintenance. I thought that's interesting. So this probably might be good. So maybe going into Mexico thinking this is going to be, I'm going to be in maintenance. You're not going to be in bulking psycho
No.
refeeding kind of a thing, but like you're in maintenance for that 2 weeks and thinking of it as you're resetting. And I think maybe that because you're not losing the
Just
challenge, you're not
yeah.
giving up, you're maintaining. And then if you come back to a cut, I thought that was interesting. And then other people are saying, I was looking at some different things on like how you actually need to reverse diet yourself into eating more to have a healthier cut. So you can still cut, you're training your body because they're like, if you're eating 1,500 calories or 1,600 calories, it's too low.
Well, I've noticed that actually because, okay, so when I first, it's probably what you're experiencing now. When I first started it, I was eating like 1,600 calories, I think, or 1,650.
Mhm.
And then I noticed that I was working out and I was feeling so tired. And I was like, okay, listen to a lot of stuff. That guy, RP Fitness, Mike, whatever his fucking
Mike.
name is, he's funny. He's like,
Fucking funny.
he's
Go
funny.
check out people. He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. And so he was saying, like in one of his videos, like you need to eat. There is this sweet spot where you're in a deficit, but you can still go to your workouts and train really hard. So it was the same
Yeah.
thing. I was at my workouts and I had no energy, so then I increased a little bit more. And it's
Mhm.
funny because I had some weeks even where I feel like my average was like almost 1,900 or 2,000,
Mm,
which is close to like my maintenance, and I was still losing weight. So I
that's
think
great.
you don't have to be perfect with it. It's just like starting to experiment and see how
Mhm.
things are going and increase your calories a little bit if you're not having energy in the gym for sure, because that's where you keep your muscle is training, right?
Yeah.
So you still want to be able to train hard. Okay, so we can literally yap forever. So let's like cycle over
What?
to our next
What did you
topic.
just say to me?
The next thing I think that I've been really wanting to ask you, I don't even think I've asked you this personally, is I want to know how you plan and how you organize your life to still go to the gym, still get in your steps, still do all your macros and things. And I feel like probably nobody knows this about you, that you have 6 kids. So how do you, I remember I first met you and then it was like weeks after working with you. I was like, I'm sorry, how many kids do you have? You're like 6. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. You seem to just do everything so fucking gracefully. I know you're an incredible mom and you always show up for your kids 100% and they fucking love you like crazy.
Mm.
If I ever become a mom, you inspire me.
Oh.
Just do all of it so gracefully, including like your fitness and making time for yourself and being a present mom and being there for them. So how do you plan everything from your work to your fitness to the kids to being a mom to all the things?
I'll do like a high gloss over because that's like that's like a whole series, really, of stuff. Like what I've learned over the years, like my oldest is 18 and my youngest is 8, is you have to let go of things. Like you can't be, okay, what am I trying to say here? I had to let go of ideas or expectations I have for myself of what does being a good mom look like? What does being dedicated to my fitness look like? What does, and also I had to let go of saying, I have to say no to some of these mom activities in order to put myself first. Because you'll hear being a parent, that's like when you're like under the microscope so much. Everybody's got a fucking opinion about what is a good mom. of what is a good dad, but especially what is a good mom. Um, and you hear so much, if you don't do this for your kids, you just fuck them up for life. Like I'll have friends who are like, if you're not going to every one of their games, their sports activities, their school plays, their stuff, that you just don't care about them and they're going to feel like you don't love them. I'm like, oh, okay. Riddle me this. If you have 4 kids in sports, 2 are not, but 4 of them are in sports and all of their games are at the same fucking time.
Wait, sorry, someone's knocking at my door. Hold on.
Oh, raunchy.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyway, my point is I had to let go. It sounds stupid. It doesn't, how does this apply to fitness and stuff? And like, how do I prioritize things? But I had to let go. I had to do a lot of inner work of what does being a good mom look like to me? And how can I be present with the life that I have? Single mom, I've got lots of demands. I had to like, what does that look like for me? And where am I being unrealistic and unfair? Like, where am I expecting perfection? Let that go. Where am I, whose expectations am I trying to meet? That was like the first main step. And I still have to remind myself when the mom guilt comes up, but routines and habits save my life. Like, I think of things in blocks. If I'm at work, I'm doing my work routines. If I'm at home, I'm doing okay, this is my evening routine with the kids. This is my evening routine with myself, or this is my evening routine with Dylan. This is my morning. This is how I'm setting myself. Everything is like thinking, how am I going to set myself up for success later? So at night, I'm getting my shit ready. Here's my workout clothes. Here's my work clothes. And here's my food for tomorrow. And so I don't have to think. I try to figure out ways to systemize and automate everything as much as I can to remove as much thinking and decision making as I can. That's why I'm like, I plan my meals and I like look at my macros for like meal planning. I look at my macros and I go, okay, I'm going to plan this meal. What's the macros for this one? So I write them all down. Okay, how many do I have left? And I plan out the entire day of macros. And and then I'll do a second day and I just rotate through.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, it's day A, day B, day A, day B. It's chicken day, it's beef day. It's chicken day, it's beef day. And so and then I make the food. Oh God, I hate making the food, but I'm so grateful that I do. So it's always like, how can I help future me? And then I can't ever make decisions like oh, I don't feel motivated. I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. Okay, pull your panties up a little higher and let's go.
Yeah.
You don't want to meal prep? Boo-hoo, make the fucking food. But like nicer, I say it nicer to me, but that's the end result is, okay, I see that you don't want to do it, but you're never going to want to do it. So let's just do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the gym. Like like last night, I didn't go to the gym because I was like, I was so tired. I didn't feel good. And I was like, I could hurt myself going to the gym. So sometimes you just have to just stop and give yourself the grace and be like, I didn't do anything wrong. I honored my body. And then some days it's go to the gym. You're not going to feel like it till you're there.
Yeah. Even when you're there, sometimes I'm there and I'm just like so irritated and I'm like, get me out of here. And then even like when people come and talk to me at the gym and I'm like, don't talk to me, not today. I'm just not like nothing about it. You want to be there. And it's just there. I think it's finding the line of like when you need to push yourself and when to rest. Do you find it hard to like prepare your meals because you're having different stuff than your kids, right?
Yeah, I eat different stuff because they're just too picky. So I like Sunday, I make my food. And then during the week, I'll make their food and then I just heat up my food and sit down and eat dinner with them. And that's fine. They all think this must be so hard for you. I'm like, no, I love my food. I love this and I love making food. And then so I try to find those moments like we're cleaning, we're cooking dinner. And those are the times where and like the kids are just like telling me all their stories from the day so I just use that as time to be present with the kids and stuff. So meal prepping and meal planning for me, and then I plan their meals as well too. It saves my bacon. It's the only way to do it. Like plan ahead.
So you have to be organized.
Yeah.
I know you are super organized
but then also you have to be super flexible too. Like you have to like, that's why I like routines or like, these are the things we're getting done. Let's plug and play. Let's put them, where we can, but You have to be organized, but you also have to like just let shit go. Because you're never gonna get anything done. Everything done.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Every time we talk about it, I'm like just like in awe. I'm like, wow, so many things done. You're such a good mom, and it's so cool. And I know I can't relate to it right now because I don't have any kids, but
Right.
even for me, I'm like, okay, I have like myself. I work on my favorite days, 5 hours a day. Okay, I'm so busy.
That's cute.
It's I'm dead serious. I'm like, I was talking to my friend at work, and I'm like, the best serving shifts are the ones where you only work like 5 hours. I have another friend that she used to work with me and now she got a different job somewhere else. And she's like, yeah, my shifts are so long. They're 8 hours. And I was like, oh my God, you work 8 hours? She's, yeah. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, are you okay? I can't.
I'm like over here 12 and a half hours.
No, I can't. Oh my God, I would die. 5 hours is my max. That's funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, anyways. Okay, so let's start wrapping up this episode.
Yeah.
And what did we say that we're gonna call this segment?
She's making gains.
She's making gains. Okay, and so we're gonna talk about. We actually are gonna drop a link down below because we want to start sharing some amazing stories of people who are like transforming. We want to create a community of people, and we want everybody to feel like they belong in fitness, and people who and like women to feel like they belong in the gym, no matter of where you're at in your journey. I
Absolutely.
think like for so long, I think we also felt like we didn't belong in the fitness world or we weren't gym girlies because we didn't have the perfect figure. And it's just all about the journey. So we want to celebrate everybody in their transformations, whether it's you just started meal prepping and you've been consistent with your meals for months or just anything like that. So we're going to drop a link below. Please share your gym gains or your life gains or whatever kind of gains you're having in and out of the gym with us so that we can share your story on the podcast because we would love to just include you.
What are your gains for this week?
My gains for this week. I would probably say my gains for this week, the biggest one probably was like discovering that even though I'm having a craving for ice cream, it's necessarily not what I want to have. And also like portions are so important. Like I felt better just having a little bit of ice cream just to satiate myself rather than eating a lot. So that was something huge for me because portions in the past for ice cream have been a bit of an issue for me. So that was
For everyone.
yeah, that was a huge win. And then I would say also at the beginning of the week, I listened to my body. Like on Sunday, when I was writing my goals for the week, I was like, okay, what is my body telling me? And last week I had 90 minutes of cardio. My period's coming. So I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to feel like doing 90 minutes of cardio this week. We're just going to drop the bar a little bit to 60. And I'm glad that I did that because, and instead of going to the gym 5 days, I made myself the promise I would go 4 days. So I'm just giving myself a little bit more lax and space to just relax. And I'm also getting ready for my trip. So I just have lots of things on. But yeah, I'd probably say those two things like, yeah, listening to my body and going back to old habits and realizing that they don't satisfy me in the way that they used to. So that was those are my gains this week.
Nice.
That's
yours? Great. What were my gains? Let's see. I'd probably say my gains I was proud of is that I stuck to tracking and my macros, like even when I was under and I was like, shit, let's just eat some more, just meet that freaking goal. Let's do it. And that I was able to meet each of my goals. I was really proud of myself for meeting them and surpassing them in like the cardio and the steps and realizing how much my body really enjoyed it. And as I've gone, like I feel like at the end of my workout today, even though it was like the weights, I felt really weak and like baby lamb. But once I got on the treadmill and I just started walking, I was like, oh, this feels so good to move my body. So those were really good wins.
That's
for
good.
me. Good gains.
Those are good gains.
Yeah. Oh, and I meditated. I've meditated every day this week.
Ooh,
I've made time. I've made time for that. And I felt really good through that. So that's been nice too. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay. So yeah, we're going to put a link down. Please click that, share. We're going to have a form that you can fill out to submit your details so that we can share your story and we can celebrate you. Yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to say for this episode?
I guess I would say if you think, oh, making sure that everything, number one, it's important to celebrate everything that you do and to recognize them as gains and be proud of yourself for the effort, even if you don't think of your gains as results, but thinking of them as, what am I doing? What are my behaviors? How am I treating myself? And see your gains as that. So when you're sharing your gains, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I lost 10 pounds or I PR'd the stuff. It's like, what are you doing to give yourself love? How have you done something? What have you done that you're happy with that's brought you joy and given yourself love? That's a fucking gain. And we want to celebrate that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us on our journey of figuring out how we're going to be podcasting together.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we will see all of you people later.
Join us
and we hope
for
you
our
have
next gym bag confessions.